Hi, welcome to Youth Care Passages. My name is Tana Nelson and I'm the program manager here. Passages is an independent and transitional living program for young people ages 18 to 24 coming out of homelessness. We have the opportunity to support them through housing and resources that stabilize them coming off of the streets. Tonight, you're going to have the opportunity to hear from Youth Care's leadership and a couple of the young people we've had the privilege of serving. We're so happy that you're here with us tonight. And now I have the opportunity to introduce to you our interim CEO, Colleen Echohawk.
Welcome everyone to Youth Care. I'm standing today in one of our homes that we have for young people, and it is an honor to be here, to think about what goes on in this room, to think about the young people that we serve in this house every day. That is our goal and our work here at Youth Care. To love every single young person, to provide for all of their needs, and give them all that we can to ensure that they are successful and that they never fall into homelessness again. My name is Colleen Echohawk. I'm an enrolled member of the Pawnee Nation of Oklahoma, belong to the Kitaki Band, and also the Upper Otna Athabascans of Mentasta Lake. I'm also an urban native, have lived here in Seattle now for over 20 years, and I am the interim CEO here at Youth Care. I learned about homelessness. I started my career in this field working with young people. We know that young people experiencing homelessness in our city are suffering. We know that they are disproportionately Black and brown and Indigenous and people of color, Pacific Islander. We know that our youth who are experiencing homelessness are disproportionately LGBTQ+, around 40 to 50%. We have to respond to those cultural needs of that community. And so Youth Care is anti-racist in our policies and our work, from the board to the staff to our clients. And our clients are pushing us and sharing with us how excited that they are that we are a place that they can come and be themselves. And I am excited to have the opportunity to help lead and our organization and show the rest of the community what a wonderful place Youth Care is. I am excited to share this journey with you, for you to know and to see and to feel the love that is everything that Youth Care is about. This is a dynamic time for Youth Care. You know, as I have spent time with staff and spent time with the executive team and with the board, I've been asking tough questions. I've been asking, what about this and how are we doing that? And what I continue to see and hear is that Youth Care is a strong agency, that we have come through some tremendous times of a quarantine, a CEO transition, and yet at the heart of the work that we do is a dedicated staff, a strong foundation for us to build upon. I see this time at Youth Care as an opportunity, as a taking off point for something new and exciting. Youth Care will continue to serve the young people in our city with fierce dedication, because our young people deserve for us to fight for them. Our young people deserve for us to make courageous and strong decisions so that we can ensure Youth Care goes far into the future. We did not do this work alone. We do not do this work alone. This work is done alongside so many of you who are watching this video today. We want to thank all of our partners, our donors, our staff, our board, all of you who have come together to say it is not okay to ever have a young person sleeping outside. It is not okay to not meet the physical and mental health needs of young people. You joined with us and said, we stand alongside you and we will do everything we can to support every young person in this city. Thank you for standing alongside with us. There's so much more to come. The future of Youth Care is so strong and exciting. I invite you to join us along the way. I am incredibly honored to get to introduce DeGale Cooper. DeGale has been such a strong partner for me and our executive team, leading our programs forward in an incredible way. Welcome, DeGale.
Thanks so much, Colleen. My name is DeGale. I use she, her pronouns, and I serve as Youth Care's Chief Program and Impact Officer. For almost 4 years, I have led program strategy and outcome delivery for Youth Care. So how do you keep young people experiencing homelessness safe during a pandemic? Our team has been grappling with that question for almost 2 years now. The pandemic has created new obstacles, making already dire situations even worse for young people experiencing homelessness. So many of the young people who access our services also access libraries, community centers, and rely on Metro for their main source of transportation. As these services began to shut down across Seattle, many young people were forced to return to unsafe home environments. Last March, when the governor called for a shelter-in-place order, Youth Care acted fast. In 48 hours, we restructured our entire program team of 230 employees in 16 locations to change our engagement programs to a shelter-in-place model. This was an enormous task. The staff that normally did outreach, community-based work, and teaching in our education, employment, and early intervention programs were redeployed into engagement centers, shelters, and housing programs to provide the 24-hour support that our young people needed. The level of commitment of Youth Care staff and the level of care that was provided in the wake of this agency-wide interruption of services was unprecedented. Even within the limitations of the shelter-in-place requirements, our staff did an incredible job providing safety, education, and employment support for over 1,100 young people in 2020 alone. We have learned a lot from this pandemic, and we have learned a lot over this past year. We are taking every opportunity right now to reflect and grow. Specifically, we were reminded of the chaos that instability can cause. When our programs had to shutter, the strength of our foundation was tested, giving rise to the importance of reliability, consistency, and clarity of purpose, both as a resource for youth and for each other. We deepened our commitment to wellness not only in the lives of the youth we serve, but within our staff team. In response, we invested in increasing staff wages across the organization, and specifically of frontline staff. This is an ongoing process, and we are assessing our work teams and coverage models throughout our programs each day. We developed a new appreciation of collaboration in the way our staff members worked with each other to provide a safety net for young people, and in our continued work with our fellow program and service provider partners. Youth Care is at a unique and exciting point of evolution. We are working together as a team throughout the agency to ensure all young people feel valued and have the opportunity to thrive. And while our mission and commitment remains the same, our path forward is broadening and changing. We are enhancing our approach to emergency shelter, leveraging our home environments like the one we are in today to help young people more immediately begin the process of healing and stabilizing. We are expanding our workforce development programming, offering specialized, focus-based employment training and education support that not only interrupts the cycle of homelessness, but ends the cycle of homelessness through career pathways and economic stability. Every day, we are seeking deeper and more equitable partnerships with our fellow service providers and our community partners so that we can reduce duplication of services, lift up our providers who are already doing exceptional work, and clearing a way for youth to have their needs met more swiftly and more efficiently. And so, we are asking very important questions. As a long-standing agency providing for youth and young adults, we are asking, how can we better support other organizations doing culturally competent work? How can we use our footprint to invite others into our programs and better collaborate to ensure our young people can heal, grow, and make healthy choices? How can we better invite our community members to broaden the network of care and support of our young people? We are so excited about the journey we are on as an agency, as a service provider, and organization working to ensure we are following through on our promise as an organization committed to anti-racism. We are excited to be on this important and sometimes challenging journey together as a community. We have the unique opportunity to hear from young people tonight. We will learn how the pandemic has changed the world around them and the challenges and opportunities this moment presents for them in their own words. It is my pleasure to introduce you to two incredible young people who call Passages home, Lisa and Tundra. They are joined by Passages Program Manager, Tana Nelson, in conversation about their experiences and their hope for the future.
I'm Tundra. I'm a resident here at Passages. My pronouns are she, her, they, them.
Yeah, Lisa. I live here, and I go by he, him.
How were your lives impacted by the pandemic?
Where do we start?
Yeah, who wants to dive into that one first?
Me personally, I'd have to say, like, it's already hard enough as it is, like being homeless and being, fresh out of high school or whatever, looking for employment, barely having any job experience. It's even harder with the pandemic. So it's like, if you're, like me and you'd just gotten a job and you were just on your way to like saving up and, looking for places to rent or whatever. And then COVID comes and, takes your job, takes your income, ends up taking most of your, I guess, social life away. I don't know. It's just a lot to deal with on top of like juggling your mental health, juggling your physical health, worrying about all of your adult things that need to be in order for you to be stable. And when you're already unstable, it's hard to get stable. When things keep just happening.
Did resources feel more limited than normal when you were on the streets during the pandemic?
Oh yeah, they were. A lot of things were like closed, and like the bus routes were reduced to longer wait times and fewer stops, and you had to wear a mask everywhere. So usually, if you didn't have one, you couldn't go in whether you had the shot or not. It was a really hardcore time. What about you?
Kind of toppled my family. Like, things were really rough beforehand, but then when the pandemic hit, everything shut down. My dad lost work. Things just weren't stable. There was no income, but rent was still due, and my grandma didn't like the dynamic anymore and threw us all out. Nobody really had a place to go, so that was really turbulent and scary. It didn't ruin everything in my life, but it really felt like it took everything. So that was how it impacted me. It just kind of cost me my entire life as it stood.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of impact. So would you say that the pandemic and lack of resources, instability at home, all those things, that's what brought you to youth care and to Passages?
Most definitely.
Yeah, that and just like, it was pretty much the only place that was like still open and like still letting people, I went to the Orion Center, so they were like, yeah, if you need a place, you need to go over here and they can help you out. And I was like, cool.
I got in touch with youth care via a different youth care program, Youth Build. I was running away from a really scary situation, had no financial stability, had nowhere to go, was living out of my mother's van with her, and I just didn't know what to do. I was trying to get into this program here in Seattle that was a construction carpentry pre-apprenticeship. And I just told the program manager, I think. I told her everything that was happening, where I stood with housing and like all of my fears, and she got me in touch with the housing coordinator that listed all of these different options. Passages sounded like the best fit, and I came to do the intake paperwork and everything went really smoothly. I moved in the next day, and that was how I got here.
What do you
But-
appreciate about Passages?
Everything that I needed and was missing, they were right there with. And they've helped me with a bunch of like great job opportunities. They've helped me with like tweaking my resume that Youth Build helped me make. They've done a lot of great things, and the program itself provides a lot of like really beneficial things that honestly were a lifesaver during like the hardest time of my life. So I do really appreciate the program.
I think my favorite thing about this place is the people, like the staff here. It's like good to know that if something's actually bothering me, like I can just be like, yeah, hey, I gotta talk to you guys. Things are happening. It's comforting, I guess. It's just nice to know. It's like a safety net
Yeah.
that's not on fire.
Heckin' lovely.
I will
Heckin'
say
lovely.
also, you guys bring a lot to this place for sure. You know, it'd be easy for you to just access it as a service and do your own thing, but you both step up and lean in a lot. And, you know, this place will be better and continue to be better even after you leave because of the ways that you have chosen to invest in it. So, and that's not required of you, that's not expected, you have just done that. And so you guys have been like my best allies, you know, because this place is for young people, you know, like the adults can sit around all day long talking about what we think needs to happen and what we think is best for you guys, but y'all are the experts of yourselves, you know, you're smart and you know yourselves and what you want and have amazing ideas that we would never even think of how we can improve or do things differently. And so, yeah, I really appreciate all the ways that you guys have helped me, you know, do my job better. And yeah, you've just added a lot of value to my life personally. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that you both have spoken well to the challenges of being impacted by homelessness, having your life uprooted, and then obviously throwing a pandemic in there. I think that, you know, when people look from the outside, there's a lot of misconceptions and myths around why people end up on the streets, especially young people, and what keeps them there. And people often think it's as simple as, you know, just get a job and then you get a place to live and then everything's fine. But people don't realize that, you know, just in the day-to-day that you are also trying to survive, right? And if you don't have transportation, you're taking the bus. And so the amount of things, and then God forbid you don't have an ID or a social security card, and finding the resources to get those things. While you're navigating all of that, you have to eat, you have to have warm clothes, and sometimes you can spend an entire day just going to get your basic needs met, right? That we need to meet every single day of our lives to like be healthy, whole humans. And so if you're spending all day riding a bus it's gonna take you a whole day to get to 2 appointments, you know, like things like that. Of course it takes forever to get a job and to get all those things. And then you get the job because you need the job to be able to pay for the apartment or whatever.
But you need the apartment to get the job.
Right. And so then you're sleeping outside and you're going to work and your stuff's getting stolen and then you're late for work. And I mean, the amount of things that go on the day-to-day for someone who's being impacted by homelessness are just never ending. And I think that oftentimes homelessness, especially youth homelessness, people can't even conceptualize, you know, what it's actually like, which I guess good for them, you know, thankfully that they don't understand and can't. But that's why it's even more important for people who do care and do get it to step up and to lean in and to be a part of, you know, the village, you know, that's like holding our arms up, you know, in places like this, you know, so that our basic needs are met, so we can deal with our mental health and we can get jobs and all of those things and become the stable young adults that, you know, you're working every day to become.
I really appreciate a lot about you.
Tana is very much patient to our our buffoonery. Takes it pretty much in stride. I appreciate that because, some people will be like, okay, guys, enough is enough. And Tana's just like, it's not enough. And then, dances off, and you're like, oh, wow, the energy is immaculate. Tana's like, oh, yes,
Wow,
compliments.
they're complimenting me right now.
Yeah, this is a one-time thing. Tomorrow I'll be like, yeah, dude.
Where would you two like to see yourselves a year from now?
Working a job, financially stable, trauma blocking and scrolling on TikTok.
Oh,
Love it.
I'd like to be financially stable, but also I'd like to discover my career path. Cause I don't know. I just feel like I should start looking into that. I'd like a studio apartment, dog. I don't know. I just want a little place to call my own, right? Have my own space. Live my best life.
Well, for what it's worth, I think both of you are doing awesome work to get yourselves there, and you will get there. You will. Thank you. All right.
Hi, my name is Ken Robertson, and I'm the incoming chair of Youth Care's Board of Directors. It's a pleasure to speak with you tonight. First and foremost, I want to extend my gratitude to Lisa, Tundra, and Tana for sharing their experiences with us. I am constantly in awe of the strength and resilience of our young people and our talented staff. They demonstrate bravery and unwavering heart in the face of incredible challenges. Our team is nothing short of extraordinary, and Youth Care's Board of Directors and I are honored to support them and this work. As 2020 taught us how to respond to the needs of our young people during a pandemic, 2021 is requiring us to deepen our understanding of who Youth Care is and how we advocate for youth in the community. As a board and an agency, we have work to do. This work is rooted in equity, collaboration, and partnership, and is guided by the voices and experiences of our young people. We are inspired by the opportunity to usher in a new era of support for our youth. We are deeply grateful for Colleen's expertise and guidance as we prepare the agency for this new beginning. The board has assembled a search committee to identify a new CEO for Youth Care, and our aim is to have a permanent leader in place by May 2022. We will be engaging our stakeholders to help us define Youth Care's vision for the future, and we look forward to keeping you updated as this search process moves forward. On behalf of the board and our staff, we want to express our gratitude and appreciation for you, our incredible donors, our volunteers, advocates who believe all young people deserve the opportunity to thrive. It is because of you we have been able to keep our doors open and programs running throughout the pandemic, remaining a source of safety and support for young people in need. We would like to recognize our City Council members, specifically Andrew Lewis and Teresa Mosqueda, for demonstrating steadfast advocacy for our programs and our frontline staff. To Senator Patty Murray and Frank Chop for their unwavering commitment to expanding employment, education, and housing opportunities for young people working hard for their futures. To our exceptional community leaders, including the Seattle Kraken and the One Roof Foundation, Starbucks, and so many more, for recognizing the potential in our young people and providing new pathways to stability and self-sufficiency. Strong support from our community sends a clear and resounding message to our youth experiencing homelessness that they deserve every opportunity to dream, to grow, and to thrive. 2021 continues to be a challenging year for many of us. We have missed being with you at Youth Care's luncheon this year, but we look forward to being together again at the Westin in 2022. Until then, we urge you to consider supporting our young people today by making a gift to Youth Care. A contribution to Youth Care is the best investment you can make to end the experience of homelessness for young people. We hope you will include Youth Care in your end-of-year giving and that you choose to give generously, knowing your dollars will be used wisely and effectively to end homelessness for young people. We need your help now, more than ever before. Thank you for being with us. We are grateful to be able to share this update on our work and our path forward with you. As you gather for the holidays with friends and family during this season, we hope you keep our young people in your thoughts. Thank you.
Hi again, friends. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Thank you for taking the time to hear about Youth Care's journey. And most of all, thank you for taking the time to listen to Tundra and Lisa tell us their stories. Thank you for your support. We could not do this work without you. From all of us here at Youth Care, be well and take care. Thank you.